It's your girl. And today, you already know who we're talking about, right? But anyway, stay tuned. All right, everybody, the streets is talking. The streets is talking. The streets is always talking. And usually it's about Trumpy. So look, Trumpy just came back from South Korea trying to talk to them about tariffs and see if they could do business with him. He's saying, he always saying everything is good, but by the looks of the South Koreans, they don't look too impressed. They're like, yeah, we're probably going to be good for the year, but next year, I don't know. You know what I mean? Because remember how he did the South Koreans that actually came to set up the Hyundai factory. Remember? Yeah, ICE agents come all in there and raid them. And they had to come send a plane to get their people back. So a lot of those engineers do not want to come back. So they're not sure if they're even going to be able to finish the factory or even come back, because most of the engineers don't want to come back. They feel like they were violated, disrespected, and fearful, like they'll get stuck in America. So they like, we ain't going back. Send somebody else. We'll see how that's gonna go, right? We ain't sure. Also, just late last night, the Senate actually voted to overturn Trump's tariffs on Canada. They voted 50 to 46. Well, thank goodness, because if not, New York would have been dark. Wisconsin, parts of Chicago, all of that. They supply a lot of electricity, a lot more than we know. So yeah, you shut down Manhattan or New York, it's going to be a problem, is what I'm saying. So thank goodness they got that all straightened out. It's about time. They do something, because the things they're doing with the SNAP benefits is crazy. So look, Chuck Schumer said that the Democratic Party would definitely vote on a bill that would release funds, emergency funds, to the SNAP benefits. But the Republicans are saying, well, let's put another bill on that. Like, no, just release the emergency thing, the emergency fund, and then figure this out later on. We're talking about people's livelihoods, okay? People not eating. And people think it's just people on there that you just sitting on there and you collecting SNAP benefits. Let me tell you how it works. SNAP benefits are not really free if you are able-bodied. You actually have to pay that shit back later on when you get on your feet. People don't know that, though. They just be talking. And look, $36 a year out of your paycheck ain't nothing. It's out of the taxes that you pay anyway. Like, really? Take the $36. For me, go on, take the $36, because I'd rather see people eating than hungry. Now, that's just real talk. And they worried about silly things. So now the Republicans want to come up with another bill where they sign the bill, the big, beautiful bill, and then we'll release it. No, it's your duty. You were hired to actually be for the people, not for this damn president, this one little president. No, the people hired you. So you do your damn jobs, you raggedy ass Republicans, and pass the damn bill to get this emergency funding for SNAP. Y'all want to just be like Captain Save-A-Hose. No, just do it. Because I'm tired of you sheep. Because that's exactly what you are. Whatever he says goes. I'm tired of them. And you real Republicans, the ones out there that have sense, not the maggots, not them. The real Republicans, you need to get your ass out there and start calling these people on all of this. Because this is ridiculous. This is not what y'all stood for. Y'all never was against this type of stuff. And for them to do that is terrible, because what they don't understand is, yes, there are some people taking advantage of the system, but that's all systems, right? And they're trying to combat it as best as they can, but it ain't nearly as much as people that actually need it. That little tight ass percentage of people actually trying to fudge the system is very small, right? Now, the people that do need it is the seniors, the people on disability, and the children. So come on, get your mind right. And if you're not feeding the parents, they ain't able to go to work. So now what? Now they're gonna need cash assistance on a whole nother level. They ain't gonna just need SNAP. So look, that's what I'm saying. So peep game, just sign it. Just sign the damn thing and get the emergency funding going. Republicans, just sign the damn bill. Stop trying to add on. All right? Sign the emergency funding bill and be quiet. Worry about that next time or think about it now and we wouldn't even have to do this emergency bill. Dummies. Anywho, so Trumpy also wants the Supreme Court to lift the lower court's ruling on the use of the National Guard in Chicago. But the court was like, no, we need more information before we decide. And they should take their time because guess what? Y'all can't keep doing them favors. So what? He got you in that office? I don't give a damn. You took an oath. You swore under oath. So your oath should come before loyalty to him. A lot of these judges have been way too loyal to the damn president. Way too loyal. Instead of going by what the law says should happen. Hope they get that together because they're making me sick with that. Because he just does anything. Just like the U.S. attorney for the Central District, I can't even say this right, the U.S. attorney for the Central District of California, that's the largest federal judicial district in the U.S. So Trump assigned like an interim state's attorney, right? So you know who it was? A gentleman by the name of Bilal Asali. He was unlawfully assuming the post of interim U.S. attorney. Yeah. So the judges said, look, we have to disqualify him. But they saying it now, right? But he actually resigned in July. That's the type of stuff I'm talking about. So you're going to put somebody in position that doesn't belong there. His whole staff, all the administration, every last one of them shouldn't be in the positions they're in. But we know why, right? Anywho, so look, so we getting the SNAP vote. Hopefully they got that together because that's really pissing me off. I don't know about anything else, but that right there is pissing me off. We really got to get that together because it's just ridiculous. How long are you going to just sit out? Like, when did America become so goddamn cruel? You got people like the lady who was eating the toast, talking shit about somebody on SNAP. When the majority of people that look like her, yeah, she was a white lady, look like her, are on SNAP benefits. You know why? Because most of them from the red states, their asses is poor. And I don't know why they be trying to move like they rich. They vote against their own interests all the time. Just like how the Republicans tricked them with the Affordable Care Act, calling it Obamacare so they wouldn't want it and be on it. Dummies. And they're the ones with 3 teeth in their mouth. You arguing with 3 teeth in your mouth about some food? Come on. You the ones who collecting the SNAP. You the ones that's snapping. You got the largest SNAP benefactors, period. You are. And so, anywho, I digress because it is what it is and it ain't what it ain't. My whole thing is not to be up here and talk about race, even though, my goodness, I've never heard so much about race in my life. It's classism, racism. It's just a lot of isms, super isms. And I really want them to stop. I do have hope for the younger generation because it seems as though they have awakened from their slumber. So big up to all the Gen Zs that are and millennials that are going to make a difference. I appreciate you guys. And hey, it's going to be your world soon. Let's get it together. Let's clean it up now. Seriously. Stop all that racism because everything you like and love about America is Black. I'm saying it's Black culture. The music, everything. Yes, country music is ours too. We allowed you to just take it. You just took it and we never just asked for it back. I'm coming for it though. I'm just saying. Gonna have some competition. I know you ain't gonna like it, but anywho, so this right here, this last piece, right, I have is about Sonia Massey. She was gunned down, yeah, and I'm gonna say gunned down, by a police officer when she actually called for help. thought there was a prowler outside her house. And so Sean Grayson just got convicted. He just got convicted of second-degree murder. That's like 20 years in the pen. Of course, he's going to be in PC because, I don't care. He ain't on the streets. He can't do it to anyone else. Now, even though they don't tell you this on TV, there was a backstory. Okay, let's just say allegedly, just cuz. So anyway, allegedly, Sonia Massey and Sean Grayson's wife got into some sort of altercation. Okay, so since he's a police officer, I guess he looked her name up or something and probably came there snooping. That's what word on the street is. Not what they reporting, but word on the street. So that's why she called in the first place, is because she felt like there was somebody looking in her windows and stuff. So she called, and it was crazy. Like, he showed up within minutes. That doesn't happen. Just so you know, when you call the police, it does not happen unless you're, in an affluent neighborhood, is what I'm saying. So, and they still take a little bit of time. They don't come like within, they was there in 5 minutes. She goes, wait a minute, I just called. You know what I mean? So right then and there, her spidey senses, and I'm going to say her spidey senses, basically that black girl intuition popped off and said, boop, something ain't right. I just got off the phone. I'm expecting them, but not this fast. Not this fast. So he comes in, he says that she's going to throw well, he said he was going to shoot her in the head if she kept moving. And so she felt like something ain't right. When a black person says the blood of Jesus, that means they feel a demonic spirit. They feel something ain't right. There's a demonic spirit in their house, and she was trying to cast it out, right? But she had boiled, the water was on way prior to her answering the door, okay? So she was just turning it off so it wouldn't, it wouldn't boil over. That's what I feel. Even if she did try to throw it at him, right? The pot is a little heavy. She wasn't that big. And there was a counter in between them. So he could have easily just backed up because he was already in the living room and she was in the kitchen. One of those living room kitchens that's separated by the counter space. So at his angle, even his boy, he was back there and he had his camera on it. I know he was mad as hell because he didn't have his on. Oh, sure, they have his camera on. So he didn't even want his partner to give her CPR. He wanted her to die. And I believe it's because of that missing component that they didn't add, I'm sure, to the report that Sonia Massey and his wife had gotten into an altercation. And that's why he was at her house, because he would be in the wrong for real, for real. He would have definitely got first-degree murder had they known, because that's what he seemed like he was there to do. Either that or beat her ass. But all in all, finally, for once, we seem like a little victory. I can't wait until he's sentenced, because right now, like I said, he's in protective custody. But when you in prison, anybody can get touched, is what I'm saying. Anywho, I still need you to get up. Yeah, you. Get up, get out, and finally, we really may see some justice on a lot of angles.